My name is Miss Joseph and I am Head of English at Chorney High School for Girls. The following slides will provide some clarity on some of the changes that have been made in English and what we are currently doing to help prepare our students for the national exams. What you will find is information on the exams themselves, on the resources that we offer to the students, what to expect from us as your students learn, and what we are expecting from the students. This slide gives you an indication of what that exam will look like for language and for literature. The language exam has not changed at all. The papers are the same, the timings are the same. The literature exam has changed. We have been given the opportunity, as all schools have across the country, to remove one unit of study. That unit is shown in red. We will no longer be sitting the 19th century novel exam. And so everything else we continue to study. The way those units have been arranged on each paper has changed, and so you can see clearly what is in paper 1 and what is in paper 2. The key date that you need to have in your diary is the PPE for the school. This is our internal mock, and the language paper will be sat on the 3rd of December, with the literature paper the next day on the 4th. In the national exam, there will be no higher or foundation paper, as I know many of you are familiar with now. It is all one paper for all students. The students will be graded 1 to 9, 9 being the highest. The literature paper timings, as we've gone through before, is 1 hour 40 minutes and 1 hour 45. And the language paper timings, 1 hour 45 for both paper 1 and paper 2. It is hugely important at this point in time that students come prepared, and this is not just for English but for every subject. They must bring with them their pens, their pencils, their rubbers, highlighters and rulers. The clear pencil case is for assessments, mock exams and national exams, and all the girls are familiar with this requirement now. A reading book is essential, and they must bring with them on the right days their exercise books. From the department, all teachers will ensure that students have regular writing tasks where they can practice skills that are relevant and essential. We use rubric marking now for most of the students' work. Where we assign work by Google Classroom, students will also see that rubric, and because this rubric is based on the examination board's mark scheme, they will be able to assess their response before handing that response in and move and change their response on so that they can actually meet the level that they are aiming for. We are offering extended learning opportunities on a weekly basis. Our day is on a Thursday after school, where your child is offered an extended learning opportunity they must and should attend, because we are offering this on a carousel basis. One half term is one group of students, and the next half term, that group of students changes. From students, we expect, where possible, good attendance to lessons. One lesson missed often takes 3 to 4 lessons to catch up. Students must be prompt and ready, and as I have mentioned already, come with the right equipment. We expect regular practice at home. That regular independence that students become practiced at will support them in the assessments and the mock exams and the national exam that they will have to do. Attendance to extended learning opportunities is, as we said, a requirement, and students should attend. But we really want this last bullet point to be noted. Students, please take responsibility for your learning, because that responsibility will ensure your progress.
We encourage spaced learning as a master in memory technique, which means that students should regularly revisit units of work that they have previously studied. We will issue students with an English homework calendar in which they will be set tasks that range in time from 5 minutes to 20 minutes. Students have been in the past and will continue to be issued past papers, and they will also be given timed questions to do both in class and independently. Students will be exposed to critical articles, and this will be important for their literature units of study. And students will also be shown online resources that will help them with revision. Almost all our students now have been rolled out the QR codes list of online revision sites. And what that means is they can scan the QR code and it will take them directly to a revision site, either for language or for literature.
Here are some of the applications that students can download onto any device that we recommend. Pixellit is one that students are familiar with, and if they do not have a login, as mentioned on the slide here, they can speak to the class teacher in the first instance, who can organize that for them, and we can get them immediately able to log on. We also recommend LitCharts, and again, a very simple app to download and use, no login required. GCSE Pod is something that all students are familiar with. English has an account with them, and students will be set work on GCSE Pod, but also they can just go onto GCSE Pod and access the units that they want to revise. Educake is a platform that we now use in English, and work is set via Educake. And what is hugely important about Educake is that students can see the mark that they are achieving as they submit, and they are given opportunities to resubmit the work to improve the mark that they have.
We encourage students to use BBC Bitesize. It's an online resource where no login is required. It's easily available on any device, and it keeps up to date with any of the changes that are made by AQA, the examination board that we use. As you can see here, Bitesize covers English literature as well and offers the same brilliant service. We recommend several YouTube tutorials, some of which you can see on the slide here, including our very own Mr. Everything English, who provides up-to-date, current and relevant information for our students on the units of study that we adopt. Having access to a range of non-fiction material is particularly important to Language Paper 2. Please encourage students to read newspapers like The Guardian or The Times, or indeed any other newspaper, and this should happen on a regular weekly basis. Our student VLE provides information for students on English language and English literature, but more importantly as well, a range of examination skills.
Now, I know that we have given quite a bit of information, covered a bit of ground here in this PowerPoint. If there is any question about anything mentioned here, please feel free to contact the class teacher. And beyond that, my contact details are there and you can contact me for any information you might require. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your continued support and your continued guidance with the girls over this period of time. And I know that we are going to continue to work together to support the students to not just meet their target grades, but to exceed them. So thank you again.